Lasco, followed by Star, Little Ruler, and last is Cynical. Rising Above has just scrambled in to win by a narrow margin, 1 or 2 strides past the post, and Babbling was in front. Rising Above's going to pay 210 and 120, 210 and 120. Babbling second, Grant Cooksley to pay $4, and a photo for third in which Misty Miss might just nose out, seen before. If she does, Misty Miss will pay a place dividend of $4.30. Let's have a look at this replay here, and Babbling is rapidly overhauling Rising Above, who's just about to call it a day. And no shadow of doubt, 1 hop past the wire, it's a different result. Ooh, not so sure about third. Very little between them there, but 5 got third. Misty Miss just hanging on. Now, third is number 5, Misty Miss. So it's 3, 4, 5. Rising Above, Babbling, Misty Miss. Totes at 210, 120, $4, and $4.30 for Misty Miss.
Field, he does that now. Set. They're away. Norm's Bridle and the Octopus were slowly away, and Brockenhurst and Go Errol down towards the inside. Now driving through, Wiggly Woo is looking for the lead, followed then by Woodley Brown, Bold as Love. The Octopus back second last in about 2 or 3, then Norm's Bridle at the tail of the field. They're flying out in front. They've got about 900 to go. Wiggly Woo is the leader. A length and a half in front of Woodley Brown. Easing back to third was Go Errol. A break of about 2 to Bold as Love, followed by the Octopus going up 3 wide. Brockenhurst is back on the inside, and about 3 behind those, then Norm's Bridle last of all. Down the back they race. They've got about 700 to go, and the speeder's on. It's Wiggly Woo taken on the outside by Woodley Brown. Go Errol with the sit on the leaders. The Octopus is fourth on the outside, getting back in the field now. Bold as Love. Norm's Bridle, and back towards the tail was Brockenhurst as they race towards the bend. Into the straight they race in the silver plate, and now Woodley Brown moved up on the outside of Wiggly Woo, eased in behind those, looking for a way out. Go Errol is getting a run now, followed then by the Octopus and Brockenhurst. Now the leader was Wiggly Woo. The rider of Go Errol had to switch back to the inside, and Go Errol is coming quickly now. Wiggly Woo taken on by Go Errol down towards the inside. It's Wiggly Woo and Go Errol. Go Errol put the head in front near the line, and Go Errol too good. Go Errol wins the plate. Second Wiggly Woo, Brockenhurst third, followed back in the field then Woodley Brown, who weakened. The next one the Octopus. In behind those, Bold as Love, and the last one all the way was Norm's Bridle.
Anyway, short odds and civility. Number 3, Go Errol, $1.40 and $1.40. Back it each way and get double the money. Wiggly Woo paid $2.10. No third for number 2, Brockenhurst, but a double to Frank Cleary with Go Errol at $1.40. The Octopus, Tony Campbell's version of the Big O from that area, became the Little O, Calamari. Alice Springs right on starting time. King's Twig, $1.60. Gold Turban, $8. And Ruby Tuesday, $5.30. They're the only 3 under double figures for the third at the Alice. This is the Red Centre Classic, the William Inglis Red Centre Classic. Following Alice Springs will be race 5 at Wangaratta. Northern Poet, $8.80. Bold Poet, $8.10. Bruges Dancer, $8.90. Guinness Affair, $4.90. Jamati, $6.60. Atlantic Comet, $12. Party Prince, $4.60. Then Hunker Magic, $10. Long odds the rest. Set for the William Inglis & Sons Classic. The tips from Brian Blackmore at Wangaratta, 10, 7 and 8. Party Prince to win. This is the William Inglis and Son Red Centre Classic at the Alice.
Drawn in barrier 7. Jason Clifford aboard. And very impressive. Seems to get better with every run. Got plenty of early toe, and then when Jason asks him for something, he just finds plenty, and he races right away from the opposition. By 5 lengths here last start. Very impressive fashion. Now they're just about ready for the Red Centre Classic. Light on, stand by. King's Twig second from the outside. About to go. Starter holding onto the field. Track cleared in front, the light flashes. And they're off and racing in the Red Centre Classic, and King's Twig got out very stylishly indeed. Choreographer got away pretty well also. Gold Turban and also Will Do showing good speed shortly after the jump. Then driving up behind them next In behind them, Choreographer, who was up there early, but he started to lose a little bit of ground now. Just in front of him, Pioneer Princess, about 4 lengths further back to Ravendale Rose. Will Do over on the rails is next to last. And Rosario Lad last of all. King's Twig, Ruby Tuesday are the joint leaders down to the 600-metre point. They're out by about 5 lengths to Gold Turban. Over on his inside, a neck further back, Pioneer Princess. 2 or 3 lengths further back, Choreographer. Then there's a similar break in the field then to Ravendale Rose, starting to make a little bit of ground, a long way back to Will Do, and Rosario Lad's about to be pulled up. King's Twig raced away from Ruby Tuesday on the home turn, and the 33.5 grand for King's Twig's Connections is looking real good at the 250. He raced away. Jason Clifford took a peep around 5 or 6 lengths. Ruby Tuesday, Gold Turpin and Ravendale Rose rattling home down the outside, but it is all King's Twig in the Red Centre Classic. He looked a bird and he's won like one. Scored by 6 or 7 lengths, Ravendale Rose. Pioneer Princess about 2.5 away third. Then Gold Turban further back, Choreographer. Ruby Tuesday among the last with Will Do, and a very long last was Rosario Lad.
And the favourite King's Twig $1.70 and $1.20. Ravendale Rose $2.70 and Pioneer Princess $5.50. One would think it's hard for the back markers at the Alice. The leaders have all been winning. Be a bit hard to come from back in the field, getting hit in the face with all that sand, I suppose. Bring back the creek. Wangaratta is 2 minutes away, race 5. Northern Poet 9 as we join Brian Blackmore.
All in now. Set for a start in the Cup. Ready. Racing. Windward Bay stood there and missed it. Atlantic Comet slowly out. First out Hunker Magic, and over on the inside working up to join him is Guinness Affair with Party Prince, and Jamati and Bruges Dance are all going for the lead as they settle from Bold Poet, King Soretto, Windward Bay, Atlantic Comet. 2 last of all is Northern Poet. Along the back, Guinness Affair joined and headed now by Jamati. 2 lengths to Bruges Dancer wanting to go faster. Hunker Magic on the inside. Another 2 away to Party Prince. Behind it on the outer, King Soretto. Then comes Bold Poet over in the centre, over on the inside of those Windward Bay from Atlantic Comet, and a length off last of all is Northern Poet. 1,000 out, and Jamati over on the outside, about a neck in front of Guinness Affair. They share the lead by 2.5 to Bruges Dancer as they work off the back down towards the 800-metre mark. 2 lengths away to Hunker Magic. Then Party Prince, who's got a fair way back, passed there by Atlantic Comet, and with it there was King Soretto from Bold Poet, hard-ridden Windward Bay, and Northern Poet commencing a run as they head to the turn. Jamati over on the outside at the 600-metre mark, just in front here of Guinness Affair. A length away to Bruges Dancer, hard-ridden Hunker Magic working into it, Atlantic Comet. Then Party Prince along the inside, well back. Then comes King Soretto, and with it was Northern Poet as they corner 400 metres out in the Cup, and Jamati in front here on the inside. Guinness Affair being ridden along deeper out, Atlantic Comet. Going with it was Hunker Magic, and further back Party Prince. Northern Poet down the outside, 200 metres out, and Atlantic Comet on the outside. Hunker Magic, Jamati, the rest are struggling. Party Prince and Northern Poet. Atlantic Comet took the lead. Hunker Magic on the inside trying to go with him. Atlantic Comet in front of Hunker Magic as they get near home. He's crossed down to the inside, Atlantic Comet, but he's in. Atlantic Comet wins by a length and a half. 2 Hunker Magic, Party Prince and Jamati in a photo for third. Then Northern Poet, Guinness Affair, Bold Poet. Further back then came Bruges Dancer with King Soretto, and Windward Bay was last in the Cup. Atlantic Comet. Atlantic Comet's got home here. Number 9, ridden by Ernie Marchant. Struck a purple patch of form lately, Atlantic Comet. It did cross down on top of Hunker Magic there, but it has won by a length and a half. In a time of 1:39.7, which is 5.2 outside the record. Number 9, first Atlantic Comet. Ridden by Ernie Marchant, is by Atlantic Fire out of Shifting Comet, a Shift Mar mare. Raced by N. Forrest, E. Burke, M. Brennan, trained by Peter Marr at Wodonga. Second placing to number 14, Hunker Magic, ridden by Michael Hegney, by Voodoo Rhythm at a Hunker Candy. Rex Bennett here at the Wangaratta. And number 10, third. And that is Party Prince, ridden by Vlad Durick. Got out in the centre of the track. Didn't really like the going, I don't think, but it's got in on its ability by Gendre out of Kalina, trained by Brian Cox at Wodonga. Fourth placing to number 8. And that was Jamati, fifth to number 3, Northern Poet.
1.5 by 1.
Thank you, sir. A length and a half by 1. 1.5 by 1. 1:39.7. And you can't make ground from back today here at Wangaratta. I'll give you that in writing. Okay, the totes we'll have for you shortly. The next event, which is race number 6 is the...
And the line looks set. Off and running, Calamba missed it just slightly. First out, Indianapolis, and Hula Hoop is away well and is looking for the lead. My Prince and Exploding Success are prominent. Sky Baron is whipping up quickly in the black and orange colours going to the first turn. Billy Aspros on Sky Baron is keen to lead. He's going to cross them and take over, and it's Sky Baron in front as they leave the straight. Exploding Success second. In third place, My Prince. On the fence, Hula Hoop in a nice posse. Three deep is Mr. McGowan at the mile pole. Presidential is three wide around Indianapolis and Calamba. Further back, Days Like This, and back towards the tail, For Rain, with Cerebella last of all. Going over the crossing at the 1400 mark, Exploding Success made a quick move and raced up to join Sky Baron. They're going together. They're 2 lengths or more in front of Hula Hoop, who's hugging the rail. My Prince between horses, and three deep is Mr. McGowan at the 1200 mark. Further back, Presidential, who's three deep on the outside of Indianapolis and Calamba. Then Days Like This, and a long way back is Cerebella, who's tailed off, and third last in the event is For Rain. 1,000 metres out, they're on the top turn. Sky Baron with his mouth open is over racing to lead narrowly over Exploding Success. Going up now is Mr. McGowan taking closer order. Hula Hoop is getting a cushy run on the inside of My Prince. 2 lengths away, Presidential on the outside of Indianapolis. Calamba well back and niggled a bit now. And then For Rain and Cerebella with Days Like This dropping out last. Coming down the side, 700 metres out, and the press has been on from the outset. Here they come. My Prince has charged up. My Prince takes the lead coming to the turn, but only narrowly over Exploding Success. Sky Baron on the inside, kicking up again, and they're the joint leaders coming around the turn. Hula Hoop's had a dream run in the race. Cooksley is easing to the outside as they turn for home, and then Indianapolis followed by Presidential. Heads a turn for home. My Prince and Exploding Success are joined quickly by Hula Hoop, who gave them the slip. Hula Hoop went straight past them at the 200. Indianapolis getting into second place, running on well, but it's all Hula Hoop. And gee, it's a big day for Grant Cooksley. Hula Hoop racing away to give him a treble, and Hula Hoop from the Jeff Main stable wins easily from Indianapolis and My Prince. Then Exploding Success. Further back, Presidential, Days Like This, For Rain. Calamba never got in it. Well back, Mr. McGowan, and the last couple are Cerebella and Sky Baron. Well, that looked the winner a long way out. Hula Hoop had a lovely run behind those three leaders. Eased away from the fence coming to the turn and put pay to them very quickly. Hula Hoop, $10 and $2.50. Now, from the 4 races run so far, Grant Cooksley has ridden 3 winners and was placed second on his other ride. What was the second? Which one? Babbling, that's right, yeah. And Strike Me Roan, one more stride, it wins. It was beaten, I think, a short head by Rising Above. So he's gone within a short head of riding the program so far, G. Cooksley. But this one was going to win a hell of a long way out. I think I called it a he in the straight. It's a filly, Hula Hoop. 6-9-7, Hula Hoop, Indianapolis, and My Prince.
About in those salubrious surroundings at Alice Springs. Here's Hilton.
Good on you, Rod. Yes, a magnificent day for Lassiter's Casino Alice Springs Cup, and we're joined by one of the visiting riders to Alice Springs, Jason Oliver, who hails from Perth and these days is domiciled in Victoria. How are you, Jason?
Very well, thanks, Hilton.
Jason, you've moved from Perth to ride for Mark Bairstow at Geelong. How did that come about?
Well, he's a cousin of mine, and we had a few speaks on the phone together, and he said he had a jockey riding for him, Paul Saunders, which really wasn't working out towards the end of the time they were together. So he asked if I want to come over and give it a try, and I said, yeah, I'd love to.
Did you really want to leave Perth?
Well, at the stage I sort of done very well in Perth, and I was getting very flat and stale, and I thought, well, while I'm young, I'll give it a go.
You've had a great career, though. How many winners have you ridden?
Over 500 winners, I'd say, Hilton.
Now, Damien, of course, your brother went to Victoria a lot sooner than you. Did you ever think of going at the same time, or once you saw the success he was having?
Well, he originally went after me because I went to Freeman's as apprentice and rode a few winners. My claim reduced to 1.5, and I found it very hard. So I said to him, you make sure you've got to go when you've got a lot of winners before you can lose your 2.5, so which he did.
Now, it would normally be a rude shock moving from the warm surroundings of Perth to cold Melbourne. But you're living in a very nice place, you told me.
Yeah, I've just moved into Torquay.
You're doing it hard then?
Yeah. It's right near Mark's place, so it's handy, and the weather's been quite good, but since we've left, it's been raining a bit lately.
Yeah. You've been going very well in Victoria, and you're getting rides outside of Mark's stable.
Yeah, it's been good. I've had to pick up a lot of outside rides, and just hope I can keep continuing.
All right, well, you're on Brindabella Blue today. This horse was formerly prepared by Frank Cleary at Canberra. And Brindabella Blue is a terrific gelding. He's had, let's see, 71 starts for 14 wins and 12 placings. But you were telling me off camera that Gary Kennable requested you to ride it, and you hadn't met Gary and you don't know anything about the horse, so it's been a stroke of luck.
Yeah, it has been. I was coming up here and it's been a good stroke of luck. Hope I can continue if I win the Cup today.
Now, you've got another ride also, Where's the Logic? You've been out there on the track so far. You haven't ridden too much on oil-based surfaces, but how do you find the track?
Well, I was quite lucky to be outside the leader, but I think in the Cup I'll be get back, so I'll tell you then after the Cup what it's like. Well,
this horse does get a very strong 2,000 metres, and I can see you steaming into the race at some stage. Good luck.
Thanks, Hilton.
Good on you. Jason Oliver there, who is doing very well in Melbourne. Keep an eye out for Jay Oliver in the upcoming weeks, and he'll ride very well here today, of course, on Brindabella Blue, race 7, number 2 in the Cup.
Yeah, now we've got a pair of Olivers in Melbourne riding well there. Now, our next race coming up is at Kilmore.
Top Service goes up. Now, it looks as though they're all in. Starter goes up to release the field. And away they go, a good level start with the exception of British Columbia out wide. Light Up the Bay got away well in Live Cycles. Silk Wahini's pulling and followed then by Matangi going up wide and also Top Service. Off the track, Wally's Nightmare, and further out Haitian Party Native Competitor. Getting back a bit was British Columbia and Playwriters last of all. On settling down as they race down the back, 1100 out. Top Service around the field leads now. Top Service 2 in front of Light Up the Bay, a similar margin Live Cycles. Followed by Matangi moving up on the outside of Silk Wahini. A further break then Haitian Party followed by Native Competitor. Down towards the inside, Wally's Nightmare. A further break then Reasonable Choice. Followed by British Columbia second last and 2 off Playwright at the tail of the field. In the back straight, 700 metres out, race 6 Queanbeyan. Top Service doing it well, a length and a half in front of Light Up the Bay. 2 behind those Live Cycles, followed by Silk Wahini. In behind those, racing up towards the turn, Matangi, followed by Native Competitor. Then Haitian Party, a further break in the field, then Playwright. Wally's Nightmare well back on the inside, followed by British Columbia. And Reasonable Choices last of all. They race up towards the turn. 400 metres out. Top Service still leads. Light Up the Bay second, followed by Life Circles. The next one, Silk Wahini. He's waiting for a run, switching to the inside with Matangi. Further back behind those, Haitian Party, followed then by British Columbia down towards the 200. And here's Matangi right through on the inside. Matangi burst through and hit the lead. Raced well clear. Life Cycles battling on, but the favourite is home and hosed. A good ride. Matangi races away to win it well. Ease down, Matangi. Life Cycles second. Silk Wahini third. Then Light Up the Bay, Wally's Nightmare, Top Service, British Columbia. Back behind those, Haitian Party, Reasonable Choice. Further back in the field, Playwright and Native Competitor last.
The shortest way is the quickest way home. Matangi, the favourite, right through on the fence, $1.70 and $1.40. Life Cycles, $1.70. And Silk Wahini has paid $9. So Silk Wahini has added a bit of value to the trifecta in the 6th at Queanbeyan. 1, 7 and 12 are the placings.
Mixed doubles in the 4th event at Alice Springs goes 3, 4, 5. We'll take you to Stephen Latham very shortly. Stephen will be calling races 2, 4 and 6 today. But we're back with Gerard Daffy from Centrebet. Gerard, you're increasing your operation in terms of the building threefold.
We are, Hilton. Of course, we've been in each other's laps now for 2 or 3 years. The expansion of the business has gone ahead so much so that we're completely out of room. So we've done an undertaking with the Turf Club here, and as you said, it's going up by 150% our room space. And you'll be extending your betting operation. I believe you'll be betting on the gallops? We will be. We hope to offer a service on racing, harness racing and greyhounds, as well as all the sporting events that we bet on. How widespread will that be? Selected meetings or all of them? We hope to bet every day and possibly every night. Day and night. How many operators do you have? At the moment, we've got 11 full-time staff and probably 12 or 13 casuals that we call on, but obviously that's nowhere near enough. We're actually recruiting at the moment, so hopefully we'll be able to pick up a few around the country. Now, your account holders are many and varied, including overseas. Yeah, we've got a very big network overseas now, and that's mainly been done by way of the fact that we've got a live internet site. We're the only one that offers that service in this country, and probably one of the few in the world. So we pick up half a dozen overseas clients every day now.
One thing I've noticed is that your prices on sports betting come out before the others.
Yeah, they do on most of the things. We pride ourselves on when some of the things come out. Some of the other things we tend to wait, but we've got markets that we deliberately target. Rugby league and rugby union, one of those, and yeah, we put our prices out first on a Tuesday.
Is it easy to open an account?
Quite simple. All you have to do is give us a call. As I said earlier, we're here 24 hours a day, so give us a call. We'll get some info out to you.
What is that phone number?
It's 08 89 555 800.
And you've done well, because you don't normally ring it, do you? You're normally inside the building and people are ringing you.
Yeah, they ring me, yeah.
All right, well, it's fantastic that things are going so well for Centrebet, and if anyone's interested in seeing and hearing more about the operation, you're on national television on Tuesday night on the Witness program.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think that does go to air tomorrow night. Witness were here 2 or 3 weeks ago and did some extensive filming on us, and that will go to air tomorrow night.
Well, thanks for talking to us today.
Thanks, Elton.
Good on you, Jared. Jared Daffy there from Centrebet. And that operation going ahead in leaps and bounds, increasing the building some 3 times to what the size it is now. And if you want to have a bet, they'll certainly let you on at Centrebet. Well, they're at the barrier here and they're about to move in. The market, the equal favourites here, 3 and 4, Touch of Fantasy and Arctung Valor. We'll have a quick last look at the market. And here comes the market now for you. Touch of Fantasy, Arctung Valor, $2.20 for 3, $2.70 for 4, $8 for number 1, Anna de Keur, and Navajo County at $8.50. We've got totes in Sydney just ahead of going to Stephen. And they are $10.40, $2.50 for Hula Hoop, Indianapolis $3.40, My Prince $2.80, Trifecta $840.90. Let's join Stephen Latham for the running of the next event, race number 4 from Alice Springs.
Anna de Keur still to come forward, and Pride of Eamon is the other one that's out. Keeper's Maid stands up well. Just Country is in. Touch of Fantasy is in. Second in the Guineas at its last start. Looking to avenge that defeat today. Now they're still having a bit of trouble here with Pride of Eamon. Pride of Eamon looks to be the only one to go up. Anna de Keur appears to be in. Now Pride of Eamon's going to be brought up riderless, and it's playing up. The rest of the field have been very patient here so far. Now, still awaiting on Pride of Eamon to go up. And it still won't go in, so... Apparently, Anna de Keur is not set as well. I can't see that one, but I know that Pride of Eamon is riderless at the moment. And they're having a terrible job trying to get it in here. Still not going in. Very fractious. So we're still waiting on Pride of Eamon to go in. And at the moment, every time it gets about 4 or 5 metres away from the gates, it wants to throw its head up in the air. Now Anna de Keur is the other one that's out as well, so apart from Pride of Eamon, we have Anna de Keur to go up still for this 4th event. As I said, the rest of the field have been very patient. I don't know if they're going to persevere with this mare, Pride of Eamon. Doesn't want to go in. Broadcast, who scratched? Ladies and gentlemen, a late scratching. Pride of Eamon has been withdrawn. A betting announcement will be made after the event. Number 6 is out. They're set to go. Pride of Eamon out. Lights on. Set to go. Off and racing, good start too. Keepers made the inside, probably missed it by about a half. It is now pushing up. Actung Vella's going quickly towards the lead and going fast also Navajo County. Now Actung Vella's going to lead them about a neck in front. Navajo County's going to settle in second placing. A length and a half further back to Keepers Made, followed by Anna Decur. Touch of Fantasy's back second last and 2 or 3 lengths away to Just Country. Racing up to the 800 metre mark and Actung Vella the leader. A half a length in front. Navajo County second. A length and a half further back to Anna Decur, who's been off the track so far. They were followed by Keepers Made the inside. Touch of Fantasy about to commence a move at the 600 metre mark. And last of all is Just Country. Racing down to the 550 metre mark. A great go for the lead. There goes Anna Decur up now to tackle the leaders. Actung Vella was just in front at this stage. Followed Navajo County in second placing. And Anna Decur out 3 deep. Touch of Fantasy's behind them, about to come after them now. And they were followed by Just Country in the straight. And the leader still Actung Vella. And next to Navajo County is trying hard to get up to it. Down the outside, Anna Decur struggling. Followed by Just Country in the centre. It's Actung Vella still the leader with 180 to go, just in front of Navajo County. Actung Vella just in front of Navajo County. Actung Vella's going to win it. Actung Vella won it by a neck to Navajo County second. Third placing Anna Decur, followed by Touch of Fantasy.
The half to Avatar, Miss Top Agent over on the outside with Silver Belt.
That's due in 2 minutes, but back at Alice Springs, here's Hilton.
Thanks, Rod. The jockeys are weighing in here at Alice Springs, and we'll let you know the scales report very shortly. Those horses did get pretty wide there in the home straight. Well, one of the visiting riders here is Neil Payne. Neil's been away from Australia for a number of years. He's been overseas. Let's find out just where he has been and how it went. How are you, Neil?
Yeah, good, Hilton. Good.
Where have you been?
Oh, I just rode all around Asia there for a while. I was over there for nearly 5 years, and I've just been back to Sydney just only the last couple of months.
So was it successful?
I enjoyed it, yeah, I enjoyed it, and the lifestyle suited me. And
what were some of the places you rode in?
Oh, gee, I went from Macau, Singapore, Malaysia, Bahrain, Dubai, Mauritius. Just rode right round there, and every country I went to I loved.
Can you speak the language?
Speak a little bit of language, yeah.
Or you just recognise certain words?
No, I picked up a little bit of Cantonese while I was over there.
Well, you're here again at Alice Springs. You were here in 1992. We just have news of a protest coming through here. It's third against first and second, alleging interference from the 400 metres to the winning post. So it's third against first and second, alleging interference from the 400 metre mark to the winning post. We'll keep you up to date there. Now, Neil, you're here for the second time. You like to get away to these type of meetings?
Yeah, well, the Northern Territory's always treated me good, and I thoroughly enjoy getting up to these meetings, getting away with everyone, and I always seem to have a bit of luck when I come to these meetings, so I come away any time and enjoy it.
In the Ansett Australia Challenge, you're riding Fiery Crest. Looks like a reasonable ride for you?
Yeah, it's a fair ride. It probably gets back a little bit, which is not suiting a lot of horses on this track today, so, it's a fair ride in the race.
And what about the Cup?
Yeah, the Cup, my horse apparently has got a good chance in the race. He's done everything right. He carried 57 kilos in weight for age last start, so he drops to 53. So on weight alone, he'd have to be a good chance in the race.
That's Do Right, of course. Do Right's got a terrific record on this track. 27 starts for 13 wins and 9 minor placings. Now, when you went to Macau, I think you had just one child, and you've come back with 4. The nightlife must be terrific in Macau.
Terrific, the nightlife, yeah. My word, you could say I didn't understand the Chinese language on the TV, so what more to do?
And how are you finding it back in Sydney? You're based at Randwick. Is it tough?
Oh, it's very tough in Sydney. Yeah, you've got so many good jockeys there, and to come back after 4 or 5 years away, it's hard enough if a jockey gets suspended for 3 or 4 weeks and comes back, let alone 4 or 5 years. So it's just very tough to get back in. It's changed, the scene's changed now. There's managers everywhere, which you just have to have these days.
And you have recently appointed a manager?
Well, yeah, within the next week or two, I'll have a manager. Mick O'Brien's going to do a bit of work for me, so I just hope things can pick up there. But, as you say, Sydney's tough. We've got all the good jockeys there.
Well, you're in a winning frame of mind. You rode the first winner today, and best of luck for the rest of the program.
My word, hope we can ride more.
Good on you, Neil.
Thanks, sir.
Neil Payne there, one of the visiting riders, a top rider, and he'll do Right's chances the world of good, one of 3 runners for Viv Oldfield. So we'll take you to Warwick Farm right now, and let's join John Tapp, and no doubt you'd echo those sentiments about Neil Payne, John.
So, Hilt, I listened to that interview with great interest. Neil's a great old mate, and he's one of the most effervescent and one of